G'day, today we're doing another garden tour / indoor plant tour. Today we're going to be doing Matt from Nui Plant Guy on Instagram's garden and indoor plants. He's got the most incredible collection and he's one of the people that really inspired me when I first started collecting plants. So to be able to then have like a full circle moment and come back and like film his collection for YouTube is just pretty incredible and I'm very excited to go. So let's go do that right now and I'll see you when I'm there. Just arrived. Let's go get a microphone on him and pretend like, I haven't seen him already. Hey, Matt.
Hey, Chris.
How's it going?
Good, how are you doing today?
Good, thank you so much.
Come on in.
Show me your garden.
It's bloody grown.
This is insane. Already, I can see just how much is going on up here.
There's a lot to get through.
Well, maybe people should get some popcorn. I'm already seeing these.
I love them. So they're a type of succulent that do a furry flower that looks like a starfish, stinks like rotting lizards, and what's not to love? Brings all the flies to the yard.
Unlike the milkshakes from Khalees.
How to get the flies.
Like, I don't even know where to, look.
So in here I've got chia pence, which is growing
That's a
nicely
massive
up a pole. It was a huge one that's kind of fallen down there somewhere. And
Can you just let it live its life?
trying to get it back up. This was looking glorious, but then bats have
They do
come
what
and made
bats
their
do.
mark.
Yeah.
So, a few nice little random things hiding behind the stromanthia. I've got another little albo hiding in there.
Random things that are worth a bit of money still are just hiding. Are they worth a bit of money still? Who knows?
Who knows?
I have never even really researched the prices of them lately.
Everything's changing so quick. I don't even know it's rare anymore.
Does rare exist anymore?
This was meant to be an albo, but he's just deciding he likes to be green.
It's trying.
It's trying, failing.
It's got like a fleck.
There we are. It's still albo. No. But that tie's looking lovely there.
That's actually so nice. And there's no brown.
No, and it gets sun for 4 or 5 hours a day.
Actually, I found some brown.
Don't.
That's a lie.
Get away.
A teeny tiny little spot. I think this is the one that was in because I uploaded a reaction video the other day and I was like, is that the one that I have? I remember having pink fuzzy stems, petioles, whatever.
I don't know many that have the pink fur over the flower like that, so potentially.
Interesting. Who knows?
I'm loving my yellow gem ficus. It just keeps growing. I don't even know.
I can't even I can't even. Oh wait, no, the sun's right behind it. That's good.
There we are. So
That's crazy.
I'm excited for that just to take over.
Do you have any issues with them rooting into things they shouldn't be rooting into?
I will find out in the next year when it fills that pot.
Yeah.
So I guess the main thing being through here is I will point out everything here is in a pot. So about 500. Oh no.
Let's see the pots.
All through there, every single thing.
Yeah, crazy.
So, not 500, it's about 200 plant pots here just wedged in to try and make a garden.
Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
One of my favourite things, which is a bit hidden in here, is actually my Lassia spinosa. When I brought this, it's the only time I've ever seen it listed for sale in Australia.
What is it, anthurium?
No, it's
Philodendron?
Lassia.
Oh,
So
a whole different thing altogether.
whole different thing again. Looks similar to a Syngonium
A little
leaf,
bit, yeah.
but the whole thing's covered in thorns.
Oh.
And even up the leaves. It's only kind of amateur still after. I've been growing it for 3 years and I still can't get it to size up yet. But
Never heard of it.
it's normally a bog plant growing on rivers. So maybe that's my issue is I've just got it sitting in a pot.
Possibly,
and not in
yeah.
a bog.
This is insane.
So I absolutely love this guy. The coloration on there and how it gives yellow. I don't know. I'm trying to work out if that's normal. Because I don't seem to see yellow on anyone else's, and yet mine every fourth
Does
leaf
it
or
fade?
so. Not really. Mainly they come out as this army green colour, which again I'm not really seeing here. There's it does this army green.
Like a camo sort of, yeah.
But then sometimes it comes out yellow, and
This is the Odora Batic or whatever it is.
Correct.
Blizzard or
Yeah.
something, whatever. There's so many different names for it.
Yeah, right.
This is what I was saying in Joseph's video too. If this gets more light, it gets super pink.
Again, that's something that I'd never liked it.
It's so
It didn't
common,
grow
but
well.
it's so pretty.
I put it in here and it's just beautifully
Yeah.
taking over.
Yeah.
And now I like it again. Oh, I like that it's climbing up the palm tree in here. That'll be nice as it gets up there. So I love my Madagascar palm.
It is cute.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of things with spikes. I'm scared of them.
Yeah, but it just, I
If
don't know
it
why.
just hangs out there and I'm not near it, it's really pretty.
It reminds me of a little palm tree.
Yeah,
And I like
can see that.
So
Either way,
coming to the end of caladium season, they are all looking so sad, but giving their last little bit of hope.
are you good with reviving them? Or what do you do over... That's a good question. What do you do over winter with your caladiums?
So I actually have a deciduous greenhouse that stays empty through summer. And as winter comes, everything just gets stacked. As they start dying back, all the caladiums, the cantharias, I just stack them all in there, zip it up, seal it away, and then they're hidden, protected.
I remember I had like 32 caladiums last winter and I tried to bring them back and I got one.
I had a very similar experience. I had about 30, and I did the right thing 2 years ago. I took them all out of the pots. I brushed with a toothbrush to get all of the dirt off.
I didn't go that far.
Stored them all in a dry cupboard all of winter. Spring came, potted them up, and these are the only two that came back.
Well, so it's good to know that we have the same sort of luck then.
Yeah, so I thought these are the two that can handle going over our winter. So I'm not getting any more. I'm just going to keep growing these
I'm just
two
not going to let them go dormant. I keep them in a greenhouse where it's always like 20-something degrees and then they just don't go dormant. But they also don't get bigger.
Yeah.
So it's all part of the process. If you want bigger ones, I suppose, is letting them go dormant.
Yeah, I'd love to have a greenhouse that was warm. One thing I love trialling with is a bit of iron bark. So I'm just over moss poles. I'm over the look of them. So I chucked a whole pile of things in here on this iron bark. There's, oh God, you can't even see them now.
It's so dark in here.
There's Syngonium straiomachii in there. There's the Syngonium yellow. Does that have a special name?
Goldie?
That's it, Goldie. That's its name.
I only know that because I just propagated some.
I've finally just done a pile as well, and now I'm just going to make a mass pot of it. I just like how bright it is.
I almost got taken out by your rose arch here.
Oh, yes.
I almost tripped over too.
I love
Getting
the
so
rose
clumsy.
arch. And you only miss it. Yesterday, I had a beautiful pink flower on it, and then it's probably tomorrow these will come out.
Good chance.
So, but I'm enjoying that arch. It's nice to walk under.
The new leaves emerging on that up there are so nice.
I love the colour of the new leaves. And when they get big, this is the ficus. I don't know the name of it. I know it starts with D.
Send it to me and I'll put it on the screen.
Yes. It just when the leaves are bigger, they have full ripples right through them. You can kind of see on the younger
pretty.
ones how they're just
It's
so
getting
nice.
there.
But I don't think I have the space for it when it grows to its normal size because those leaves get they're like umbrellas.
Yeah. Some plants are a bit too much.
So good old Dean McDowell.
Love a Dean.
He was one of the very first plants I kicked out of the house.
It's also one of the first plants that I bought off you.
Yes, I do remember that.
Probably the second one, yeah. Speaking of, we haven't mentioned how you and I met yet.
So, back in, what was it, 2021? I think it was 21.
21 possibly?
I think to the end of 21. I'd started selling plants around here, nothing special, thinking I was amazing. It'd be like one devil ivy leaf, not even a plant growing, and I'd be selling it for $10 thinking I was a seller.
Yep.
And I used to do a lot of tetrasperma, and you came and brought a tetrasperma off me.
Because I was obsessed with, I was going through my era of only wanting non-tissue cultured plants.
Yes.
And I bought yours off you as a non-tissue cultured plant. And that's how we sort of officially met.
And I still think to this day, with the tetraspermas, they're one of the only plant that I think the tissue culture did go wrong. And I very much think there's a difference in even the strength of the plant. So it's one that I will keep forever, that non-tissue culture tetrasperma.
Yeah, it's pretty.
But
also, you don't remember it, but we were friends on MySpace.
Yeah, the good old MySpace
Back in
days.
2005 or something it was.
Jesus. Yes, when I had my bleached blonde side fringe.
When we were both
living my emo life.
Both emo, yeah. So how long have you been collecting plants?
I started collecting plants back in 2012.
So a long time.
A long time. Though I will say about 2015, I got over it and I kind of let everything die. And then it wasn't until 2019 did I start again. So, and that's where I found, before it was just Coleus, I was buying Coleus off eBay and going to
Yeah.
little old ladies' houses and collecting them. But then, yeah, when the indoors came and then COVID hit, that's where it...
That's where
That's where
everyone
things got
spiraled.
real.
Yeah.
And I then needed anything and everything. And I think that was my issue, is I didn't go down a path of, I'm collecting philodendrons, I'm collecting monsteras. It was like...
We've had the exact same journey.
Yeah.
I was
just
buying
brought
anything and everything.
everything.
Yep.
If it was in Bunnings and it wasn't in my house, it came home with me. So, and then remember what I used to be like as well. I couldn't buy one. I would
Yeah,
buy
you
like
always bought 2 of
5.
everything at least.
It was ridiculous. So, but I'll tell you what, that has actually helped me now with this lush garden, because
Yeah.
most of them now just got potted all in together, and they've made
That makes
such
sense.
a big, beautiful plant.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like this guy here. This was at one stage I had separated them all out, the Regal Shield, and I had, I think, 4 pots of it.
Can you say that name again?
Regal Shield.
Yeah, there's no S.
Piss off.
No, like the people that say Regal Shields, it just annoys me. It's a pet peeve.
Yes. Well, and then once I put them all together, that's when I really fell in love with it. And was
The way
like,
that it stands out against all the green though on the camera is insane. It looks purple on camera.
yeah, well, and it's surprising it can handle a lot of sun, because it is a hybrid of macrorhizos.
Yeah, but it's also really thick, the leaves too.
Correct. So I actually have one around here. I'm going to make it come this way. This guy here, it's only just started getting a bit of shade, but that used to be in full sun through all the summer.
Yeah.
So these leaves, and it didn't burn. It was just, and if anything, it's loving it.
Yeah,
It
it's
came out in
flowering.
flower and everything.
Yeah,
so,
right. So that's an allocation to put outside if people want them outside, I suppose.
yes, I'm about to put one in the garden out the front and just see how it goes.
Good idea.
Love my colocasias.
Me too. They're a paint. Have you? That one is illustrious.
Illustrious, that's it. But the thing is, yeah, if they miss a watering day,
Yeah,
or
they carry on something chronic.
yeah, and that's the thing is, he was twice the size.
I
of me
would
a couple
argue
weeks
that
ago.
they're more dramatic than a peace lily.
Yeah, I do marginally.
Depends where you have them, I suppose.
Yeah.
For me, mine are in like full sun all day, and they will just leaves face the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, this one I always struggle with, but I will get there.
you will get there.
It will not beat me.
It will not.
There's another one that I've got in the back here, which I love because he's just on a piece of garden edging timber. But the way that the plants are growing up it, and again, these cop so much sun.
Is that painted lady?
No, that's
Autumn Queen?
Yeah, Autumn Queen. With a glorious
They look so
behind
similar.
it.
I think it's the new leaves that make them different? Question mark? I don't know, to be honest. That's a general, like a legitimate question. It's like, what's the difference?
Yeah, I would like to. I would really like to see a mature painted lady
Yeah.
next to one to see.
I've got mine growing up a pole and it's reached the top, but I've had to keep cutting it.
Well, actually, it is funny you say that because I actually brought this as a painted lady,
Yeah, right.
but it's an Autumn Queen. But yes, that is what I originally brought it as, but it was already a mature big specimen.
Can you tell the difference between the white royals
Yes.
without looking, like just at a glance? Can you tell?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
it's all about the petioles, mate.
Yeah, but at a glance, you can't see the petiole from here,
So that's your wizard, which has your wider leaf and a deeper green.
and it also has no purple.
Correct. So that's how all of them actually have a bit of a different leaf shape, even though they've all come from Urobescens. They have their own character.
It's true.
So
They do.
It's not just about, I guess, a bit of pink on the petiole, or is the stem red, or they do have their own characteristics. This was my original tie.
It's huge.
Now, I got this guy back in 2021 or 2, maybe 22. They were the very first ties to ever be purchased in Bunnings. We
Oh,
were
that's fun.
so lucky. Lisa, another person, local Instagrammer, and we managed to get them special ordered in from Enliven.
I feel like, yeah, I remember this happening, yeah.
Yeah, and I could have cried the day they arrived. And now it's big, I'm kind of over it. I like the small ones and I want to start again. So that's why I got that one over there.
What was the initial thing that got you into plants?
So I will admit, growing up, when I was quite young, primary school, Mum and Dad actually had a nursery in the backyard.
That's really fun.
Yeah, so I grew up on a grower's nursery, and I was always helping them in the nursery, and that always just kind of stayed with me. But I never really got into plants until I was at a friend's birthday, I think, at their parents' house, and I ended up spending the entire birthday with the mum, and we just walked through all of her gardens, and I remember leaving. I had no plants before this, and I left with bags of cuttings.
That's really cool.
Bags of coleus and succulents, and for the next 3 years, all I cared about in my life was coleus and succulents.
I think all indoor plant owners start with succulents and cacti.
Yeah, they're the gateway.
Yeah.
So,
What was the very first plant you ever got? Indoor plant.
very first indoor plant I ever got
This
was
whole channel's about indoor plants.
true, a pala palm.
Oh, palm, oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's a nice, easy one, yeah.
I failed with it miserably.
Oh.
It's.
I mean, it's so hard.
I think I put it in such a dark corner.
Possibly, yeah.
And it just didn't thrive. But it actually is in the garden, like over there, still growing quite nicely in amongst, behind all of the pinardums. So,
Miracles do happen.
didn't die.
Didn't die.
Brought it back. So, but yeah, I love this puddle leaf anthurium.
It's very pretty.
Anthurium coriaceum.
Sure.
But again, where do I put that? Where does it go? It is just in the way.
I have to show the pink princess.
Okay,
I'm a slut for a pink princess.
There's a pinky pea growing. So, and no, this is not marijuana. This is one of my favourite plants. It is Begonia luxurians. I think it's luxurians. Yeah, luxurians.
It's so pretty.
I am just obsessed with that leaf. So,
It's so cool. And it's got like little fuzzies.
so you'll see soon
If
that
the camera focuses.
I've propagated about 5 of them, and I'm just going to be putting them all into a garden together.
It looks like a spider.
It's just funky.
That's really cool.
So, I forgot I had a majestic hiding in here. So I forget sometimes the things I've got.
Yeah. I mean, this is a bit of a, like, it's going to be hard for you to answer it, but have a ballpark guess of how many plants are in your collection.
Jeez. Look, I know that I've got around 1,300 pot plants.
Oh my God. That's insane.
Then when you go through the extent of the gardens, I wouldn't want to know.
Yeah.
I would not want to know the answer to that question. I would dream to have 500.
That's what, like, yeah, I can relate to that. A lot of
Yeah.
people see, like, the greenhouses and stuff and like, oh my God, that's my dream. And I'm like, until you have it.
Yeah.
Then
And
it becomes your nightmare.
Then you realise
Like,
that you
don't
have
get
to
me wrong.
care.
I wouldn't change anything at all, but it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, you can just get into a stage where a leaf growing the wrong direction makes you throw. Like, look at that. That's a yellow tyre. That I just hated the shape of it. So now it's just been booted outside.
So that's what that is.
Yeah. So things that I guess other people would absolutely cherish, I've gotten to the stage where I have too many plants that,
Shazza?
no, esmeraldans.
Ah, yeah, mine carries on. I
Hater.
haven't ever got it to grow properly.
Absolutely hate it. This was one of my favourite plants.
It is very pretty.
And now, again, this was, up until a couple of weeks ago, this was my rubbish dump, this little corner here.
Right.
And that pot and the esmeraldans are the 2 things that are left. And it's garbage to me.
Insane.
Sorry, girl, but you're just too much of a drama queen. So, but yes, I guess one thing I did do was convert my garage, because who needs one of those?
Yeah.
And thought that's more space to put plants. So let's check it out.
I also quickly want to ask,
Yes.
what is your solution for gnats?
For gnats.
Yeah, because like I usually eco neem,
Yep.
and it's tried and true, works for me. But lately, I think I've just got like a mad outbreak, and they just won't go away no matter how much I use.
Pyrethrin. So
I actually have that.
Yeah, I have tried everything in the book for gnats, and I find this the easiest and actually surprisingly the most effective, spraying the top of the soil with pyrethrin. Being that gnats are a form of fly, pyrethrin's the old original active ingredient in fly spray. So it shuts down the nervous system while also getting the maggots as they come up for air. Is it appropriate to call them maggots?
Larvae.
Isn't it gross to think that they're in our soil?
Yeah, it's actually foul.
Yeah, just bobbing around.
Like, they're harmless and stuff, but they're just so frustrating. Stop flying up my nose.
Yeah, so I spray pyrethrum and then I come back for like maybe 4 days later, spray the soil again, and that gets rid of them.
I think the eco neem is good if you're just seeing them for the first time.
Yeah.
But as soon as there's like an outbreak, like I am struggling to get on top. I've sprayed twice now, and there's still some left.
Well, I've always struggled with the eco neem because I find you're flushing the soil out with it, and then you're making the soil so wet, and being that it's an oil base, it just holds into that soil and it just stays wetter for longer and then causes more fungus gnats, and it's a cycle that just doesn't end.
You're not wrong. When you look at it like that, yeah.
That's why I won't use it. I won't do eco neem drenches because again, I don't think it has a positive outcome for the plant.
Good to know.
Yes. So
And like, we weren't going to talk about it, but let's talk about it because you do know what you're talking about. You were a finalist for New South Wales New Gen Horticulturist. Next Gen Horticulturist.
Yes.
I don't remember.
yes, I was.
But it's like a pretty impressive thing, so I think you should talk about it.
Yeah, well, I guess that's the thing. Is in 2023, I was a finalist for the Next Genna New South Wales Award for horticulture. I said that completely back to front then, but you get the gist.
They get the gist.
Right, yeah, I was in, I think, the top 4 at the end, and it was a good opportunity. I didn't win, but the person that did was very deserving.
To even be considered, though, is just an amazing thing.
Yeah, it was nice to be, considering that I've only been in horticulture for 3 years, it was very nice to be then kind of among what are considered some of the most influential going forward for the next generation. And
Yeah.
it was a nice thing to...
Did you mention that you and I did TAFE together?
Not yet.
You and I did TAFE together. We studied horticulture together.
Yes, that was fun.
One of us finished. One of us didn't.
But one of us kept me company.
Yeah. As soon as they got to agriculture, I was out. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't do it anymore. I was like, this is just not what I signed up for.
Yeah.
I got all the important stuff out of the way.
That's it.
Like, I got the fertilizers and pest control, surprisingly, and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, as soon as they got to machinery, I was like, I'm good.
Oh yeah, I bloody
I'm
hated it.
good.
And the spraying and everything. Oh.
Yeah.
But so you missed out on propagation.
I was there for a little bit of propagation.
Well,
That's about when I tapped out.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
they were just doing it into straight dirt. I shouldn't say
Yeah.
dirt. Dirt's a dirty four-letter word.
I forgot about that.
No, I'm a water propagator. Or at the very least, like, perlite or something. Like,
Yeah.
not straight soil.
Well, I don't know if I'm sure I would have told you, but I was the same. I was getting annoyed in the propagation class because we were doing it very one-sided.
Yeah, that was my problem too.
And the teacher actually let me run an entire class of propagation,
You did tell me that, yeah.
where I did it all on
As
water
you should.
propagation of aroids, and
Yeah.
that's the other thing is it was nice to, as the student, get up and
Feel respected.
teach the class.
Yeah.
And, it was good. So,
And
but
I've,
yes.
I've heard through the grapevine
Mm-hmm.
you've got a little secret on how to keep your moss poles a bit more wet.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about that?
Yes, so this took a lot of trial and error. A lot of trial and error. So I do not suggest someone just to go home and give it a go because it can go bad very easily with very expensive plants. But I actually use a wetting agent. So the way that works is normally it opens up the pore of soil so that water can just soak straight into it. And I found it quite similar with the moss. When I've got moss that's been treated with the wetting agent, I don't use bottles. I don't do any of that stuff where I tip a bottle upside down, the whole thing gets rickety.
So time consuming as well.
I literally walk up with a watering can and I just tip water straight on. And it doesn't fly all out the sides, it just goes straight in the pole. Now the other thing is I don't use hydroponic fertilizers. Being that these guys are an aerial route through most of it, and mine do dry out between the watering, so I normally probably do it once a fortnight. They last wet for maybe 9-10 days, which is a lot longer than before I used to do it. I actually use organic fertilizers through my poles, and I found that if you use the bottle technique or anything like that, it's too slow, that all of the organic matter stays at the top, and then down here is just diluted kind of weak fertilizer. If I do it in the quick way, it's pushing it all straight down and gets right through it.
This is why you're a finalist. So smart.
But what I will say is be careful if you do want to start using wetting agents because it can leach down and get into your soil. What a weird train. It's an old coal tray.
Oh, I think Steamfest is on.
Oh, yes, true. I get them all past here then for days straight.
Matt lives near a railway station, a railroad. What are they called? Railroad?
Railway line?
Railway line, yeah. And I think Steamfest is on, so there's going to be lots of trains,
Little old coal trains.
which is just fun. That's also fun. Is that monkey tail?
Yeah, that's your yellow monkey tail.
Yeah.
The one that's really aggressive and spiky.
I won't touch it then.
Hence why it's hidden in the back away from me, because
Yeah.
I'd headbutt it one day, and
Ooh.
once you headbutt one of those, you don't do it
You
again.
learn your lesson.
But yeah, back to the wetting agent. I just wanted to point out, be very careful if you use it, because it has a very big habit of leaching. Sorry, my phone was just turned on in my pocket. I was like, it's so hot. I was like, what's going on? And it leaches into the ground, and it can just cause rot very quickly. So it has taken me years to kind of master the wetting agent. So if you want to give it a go,
Give some tips.
less is more.
Less is more.
Less is more. And when I am wetting agent, I normally only do wetting agent to there.
So
Because
like
then it will
halfway?
leach to the rest of it,
Right.
instead of leaching into the pot.
Very smart.
Yes.
Someone's. put
I
some
like
thought
to
into
think
it.
so.
Yeah.
But
Moving
these
on.
this is my kind of main greenhouse.
This is insane.
So I've had this probably for about 3 years in here, where I've slowly just thrown anything and everything
I
in.
love a silver band, Miranda.
Well, that was actually here because of spider mite, and I just kicked it there about 3 months ago. All of the spider mite affected leaves have fallen away and died, and now it doesn't have it.
It's so
just
happy. Yeah.
survived. So, but it's staying there just out of punishment. You get it once, you're gone. I love.
Mojito.
Yes, mojito's nice, but can we focus on
Yeah.
pinatum? So that's not the nicest leaf to focus on. But yeah, like these new leaves, I am obsessed with this.
So we should also mention that this was a tissue culture one, and it was very green when you first got it.
It was, yes.
Do you have any original leaves, or have they all fell off?
Well, it's just kind of the older leaves where you get to really see they didn't have much colour to them.
Yeah.
I used to message pictures to you all
Yeah, you
the
did.
time.
And you used to
just
complain
whinge.
because it was green.
And you would send me pictures of your half moons and stuff, and I just wanted to
Well,
cry in a
mine's
corner.
also not tissue cultured. I got that back in the day when I was going through that phase of only getting tissue cultured plants.
Non-tissue.
That's what I said.
And yeah, so I don't know why, this guy has always irritated me until I put it into this spot.
It's very happy there.
And I don't want to move it for the rest of my life. It's there. It's got a house, it's got a home. I'm
Yeah.
never extending the pole, I'm not chopping it, I'm just gonna let it do its thing until it's mangled in the roof and nowhere else to go.
Yeah. Dubia up here, going a bit crazy.
Oh yes, the good old
Starts
dubia.
over there somewhere.
Down here. Started climbing up that bit of wood.
People's undies are going to get so wet looking at your collection, I swear. Like, this is insane, Matt.
Well, see, for me, this is just my plants. I guess that's the thing, is just once you have things for so long, you stop appreciating. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we
that's
need to
true.
focus on that. I love that Monstera aura leaf. I've actually been coming out every single day and
It's
just
so nice.
slowly watching the aging of it.
Yeah.
There's that non-tissue culture tetrasperma.
Oh, the
Here we
OG.
are. Because of that plant we met.
This is what brought us together, yeah.
So, and that's still, yes, my original one. Recently I had about 5 pots of it. I've potted them all together and I just want it to fill out.
Is this Baltic Blue? No, this is just a dragon tail. What is it?
No, Baltic blue.
Oh, I was right?
Yes, so...
I was like, I always get them confused. But then, I need to trust myself more.
Yes.
That's beautiful. That's insane.
That has devastated me because I brought this huge... It was huge. Like, the leaves were massive.
Is this the Adora?
That is Blizzard. Philodendron Blizzard.
Okay.
So, and
Oh, yeah, I remember you getting this.
yeah, and then ever since I got it, it's just... It came from Queensland. I don't know if it's that I was so used to its beautiful, hot, humid environment.
Yeah.
But it's just getting smaller and smaller, and now the leaves are tiny. So I'm very upset by that. Every second leaf burns off before it opens up.
What's that? I can't even see it. The camera's doing the work for me.
This one,
Yeah.
that's a
bug?
elbow.
Yeah.
But
Very pretty.
yes, I got
Jack
a
Samuel
Jack Samuel begonia.
from me.
Yes, that came straight from your house. It's cherished because again, it's not one that many people have.
I've never seen anyone else sell it, to be honest.
Yeah, so And I love a dark begonia.
And you know where I got that from?
Where?
My mum's partner's mum.
So, okay, so it's an old variety.
An older variety, yeah.
Yeah.
And
They're
she's
the
had
good
it for
ones.
years.
So,
I think there's some for sale on the website if anyone wants to go and get one.
isn't it sad to think, though, that if it wasn't for people like you getting some of these old varieties and selling them off, that imagine all the begonia varieties that have died out.
Yeah,
That
so many.
just, they might still be in little old lady collections, but not in the mainstream.
I didn't even see this. Is that snowcap?
Yes.
White ice?
Yeah, that's snowcap there.
That's huge.
But again, it just keeps mangling itself into the roof. I don't really know what
Maybe
to
move
do
it.
with it now.
What's this one? Is that domesticum?
Yes. So
That's so nice.
I had a big pole of domesticum, and one day it just really peed me off. So I just got the scissors and cut the whole pole up. And then this was what my next project is, to make a giant moss pole, and I've put 5 domesticums on there just to see how they go.
That's insane.
So I've already got the extension ready, but that's pretty hopeful because that's been in there for 3 months and they haven't really grown a leaf yet.
The variegation levels too is insane.
But see, that's the thing, is domesticum's quite a hard philodendron to grow when you have high variegation, because they just want to go fully variegated.
Yeah. Did you watch my? I don't remember what video it was. I did some video where I went through the greenhouse and I showed my domesticum that had reverted, but then the variegation came back.
Yes, I do remember. Yes,
Yeah.
in the big greenhouse.
Yeah, and yeah, it's just doing its own thing in there, and I'm scared to touch it, to be honest,
Just let it go.
because I tried to get it back for so long and I just couldn't.
Yeah, so I find them such an unstable variety.
There's that begonia again.
Yes, they're going to be in a garden somewhere. I can't wait. Come back over here. I'm not
sorry.
done, thank you.
I'm getting distracted by everything.
I know. Quite a unique anthurium. I've finally just seen it for sale for the first time. I've never seen this sold in Australia.
Never seen it.
Clavigerum, I believe it is. It grows leaves 1.5 meters wide, and they look like an umbrella.
Insane.
And they do ripples all the way down. And like, Google that. It is a beautiful anthurium.
I'll
And
slap a photo on the screen if I can find one.
yes, because I'm excited for that to get big. One day.
One day.
And look, my turtles is alive. Isn't that rare?
That is rare. I've killed about 3 of them.
So again, this guy, I think I water it once every 5 weeks, and that was all the way through summer.
See, I treat it like a regular plant, like an aroid. I just water it all the time.
Well, I treat it like a cacti. Can't even talk. A cactus,
Yeah.
and because I myself have killed dozens of them, so
Yep.
finally have learned how to grow it.
Neglect.
So,
That panda over the back is so pretty too.
oh yes, that's my original panda. It is way overgrown its moss pole, but I like the shape of it. I like the way it fills
Yeah.
that spot, so it's just not
So
moving.
nice.
I don't think there's much else kind of exciting in there. Like there's your burley marks and
Which is still very pretty if it's pretty.
yes, and I will
It's one
say
that can easily revert to, I found.
yeah. Well, if you have a look, this was a giant pot, and I've had to butcher the absolute heck out
Have
of
you,
it.
like the growth of the stems and stuff is so bizarre. I've never seen another plant do that.
No, the way it just kind of, it reminds me of with cacti how they crest.
Yeah.
It's like its stem wants to crest as it's growing and then makes this funky ass shape.
Yeah. Really cool. Dare I ask how much you've spent on a single plant? What's the most expensive plant that you've bought?
I don't think it's that much. 600, and that was for my original Monstera albo. It was extremely variegated, to the point that the latest 3 leaves, when I brought it, the first 3 leaves growing on the growth point were all pure white, and that's why I fell in love with it. I then chopped it up. Most of the propagations came out fully white, which made it hard. This is one of the 2 that I still have.
Yeah, right.
So it goes to show the level of variegation it had. And the other one is actually my big one inside.
I was going to ask if it's still alive.
Yeah, so very, very happy that I still have that one, because I would crumble if I lost that.
Yeah. It just for like sentimental value too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
I get you.
And I guess the last thing I'd like to show you in here, oh God, the name's left me. It is...
A philodendron.
It's a philodendron, correct. We're going to pop the name on the screen later. It is actually the very first recorded hybrid philodendron.
I've heard of this, yeah.
Oh, what is it? That's annoying. But yes,
We'll put the name on the screen.
We'll put the name on the screen.
Definitely heard of it.
Hybridized back in 1891.
Is that another leaf from it?
No,
what's going on?
That was a rotting majestic that I threw in the back and hid, and it's finally shot a new leaf out.
Majestic's kind of painful to propagate, I found.
I just don't like the plant. Majestic's one I just do not like anymore. I don't think there's much special about it. Sorry if anyone likes it, but...
I don't mind a majestic.
I do not.
It's good when it's good. It's one of those plants. If it's bad, then it's just shit.
Yeah, 100%. And then I've got this big Amidrium in here, Zepialum, I believe it is. I think it's amazing just because that reminds me of a little palm tree frond.
Yeah.
And I thought, imagine a climbing palm.
That'd be cool. Yeah, I can see that.
And then I got over it, so I kicked it out of the house.
Fair.
Circle of life. So, but I think that's the gist of in here. Like, I could go all day talking about little things. I will say I love Begonia Anita
very pretty.
Sherrard. Sorry, not Sherrard. Oh my God. I learned to talk, Matt. Very exciting, that plant. It dies back every winter to just a stem. And then when it comes back, I just get so happy.
It's very nice. It's like the griffin. Mine goes back to a stem and then it'll sprout new leaves.
Well, actually, it looks quite similar to the shape of griffin.
Yeah, it does. It's probably a hybrid of... One of them is probably a hybrid or something.
Yeah.
Of whatever.
Well, I've only just got myself a griffin, so that is something to look forward to. No leaves. Yay.
Yeah.
And you'll see a lot of these through the house.
They don't seem to want to brown that much for you.
Yeah, I find them so easy. Oh, there we are. There's some brown.
There's some brown. I can
there.
see that, yeah.
Just zoom right in on that. Yeah.
It does happen, even to the best.
So I was lucky I spent a lot of money. That was almost actually the most expensive, was I brought a Tupperware container.
I remember this.
Sphagnum moss.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And it had, I think, 45 cuttings in it. And every single one grew. And I was drowning. I went from having none to...
Too many.
Way too many. So that was really good. Pink salmon syngonium. I find it an absolute waste of time. Nothing exciting about it.
Yeah, it's a bit boring in comparison to some other syngonium out there. Beauty, way better, in my opinion.
Absolutely love that syngonium.
Me too. Underappreciated.
Very underappreciated.
I said this in Joseph's tour video too. I've never sold one on the website.
That's weird. See,
I know.
When I used to sell these, I will say, back in 2023, they used to sell quite well for me.
I think I sold some at the sale, but not on the website.
The in-person one.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Oh, yeah, and you got another one coming up soon. That's exciting.
26th of April, yeah.
Saturday the 26th of April. Make sure you're there.
Yeah, Matt.
I am conveniently going to the pub in Maitland that day, so I'm going to have to stop in on the way.
Might have to stop in.
Might have to.
It's only 4 hours this time, though.
Yeah, okay, a bit of a shorter one.
Yeah, we found that after 2, there was one person. I'm like, let's just cut it back. Yeah. I'm going to let you take over and go out, and I'll follow you.
Easy. I can't go without showing out my Rio.
That's a very lush pot.
Yeah, well, I have one in a moss pole inside, and as I said, I'm really over moss poles, so now I'm starting to cut things up and make really full pots out of them, and it's made me appreciate them all over again. I guess I do have some special things up in these where they're getting the glorious sun.
That looks heavy.
So I've got things like the fully variegated tetrasperma that comes out minty.
We got them together, didn't we?
No, well, this is that one that's the...
We ordered them at the same time. No, maybe not. It was somebody else. Never mind.
Yeah, no, not maybe. Syngonium auras. Again, I find... How do you go at growing that?
It's fine if it's up a pole.
Yeah, okay. I really struggle with this plant. Propagating them,
it reverts very, very easily.
That is how most of mine come out.
Yep.
So,
it's either fully yellow or fully green. It's very hard to get a good one.
And I've been trying with this guy, keep cutting to different nodes. It just keeps coming out fully variegated. So that's really devastating for me. Very upset.
I've heard, I haven't tried, but apparently the beauty is harder to propagate.
Yeah, I really struggle. Now, we've got here variegated bobsea, finally starting to do its kind of newer leaf shaping there, but it's this weird mottled variegation. So
I've found that there's a lot of mottled variegation coming in
Yeah.
to the market. Have you seen that?
yeah, I wonder if it's just a failure. Oh, this was always looking horrible, and I've just noticed it looks nice now.
So good now. Sell it while you can.
No, it's mine. I hoard them. But yes, no, I do agree with that. I wonder if they are all failed tissue cultures where they've come out, kind of like how Thai Constellation started.
Yeah,
Where it
could
just
be.
came out with a modelling of nice coloured
Because
variegation.
modelling's relatively new, isn't it?
Yes.
Like within the last
I'd
5
say
or
I
6
didn't-
years or so?
Yeah, I even like later, newer than that. I don't remember seeing much modelled before at all. Where now they.
I remember when it first came out and people were all like, oh, it's that virus, the...
Oh, the
what is it?
mosaic
Yeah,
virus.
mosaic virus.
Yes.
And it's like, it's not that. Calm down.
I need to focus on these. I just love this plant.
It's still my favourite syngonium and it always will be.
And I love how when it gets its fifth leaf, like the lobes, they tend to cross over. I don't know why, but I find that so cute.
It is very cute, yeah.
So, and then just some more begonia propagations I've been doing.
I killed mine this starter, was it?
Yes.
Oh,
Well, see,
I haven't seen that for a while.
I sold off my Listata, and right before I listed it, I quickly took this tiny little cutting. And I was
Smart.
like,
Yeah.
I can't let go of it.
Yeah. It's so nice, but I found it hard to grow. But
It is very hard to
I
grow.
know a little bit more about begonia now. I think I'd probably do okay with it.
See, I will say Listata, I've never had one that looks nice.
Yeah.
And also a new thing that I've started using in my potting mixes,
Rock dust?
mixing in rock dust. So it's a mineral powder that goes in. It's got all of your micronutrients as well as your normal nutrients. So it's well-rounded fertilizer, and it seems to go really well in the indoor potting mix. I think I'm up
Sounds
to
like it would.
12 ingredient potting mix now for
That's
indoors.
wild. Whereas I'm cutting back. Like, I don't put vermiculite in anymore.
See, I've never used vermiculite.
Just things like that. I feel like it's just a bit redundant.
Yeah.
If you've got perlite covers a lot of the
It's
things.
enough.
Yeah. And for me, I'm always cycling through the pots because I grow things
Mm.
up to pots and then cut it. So I'm just cycling through the potting mix too quick. For me, I don't think I need
Yeah.
anything too fancy anymore.
Yeah.
Especially in like greenhouses, things grow way too quick.
Well, I'm definitely getting ready to cut back. Like, I'm using, I think, 4 different types of bark at the moment.
That's too much. And do you want to know something? I haven't told anyone this. This is my little secret, things over telling secrets.
Yep.
You know how you have like your orchid bark and stuff? I don't use that anymore.
What do you use?
I just use the cheap pine bark from Bunnings out
Yeah.
in like the landscaping area. I can't remember off the top of my head, but like maybe $12 a bag,
Yeah.
rather than like, what's the Orcadia one?
40, normally about 45.
Yeah, which is insane, and you get more in the pine bark.
Yeah.
And people were saying, like, I've heard that like it poisons the soil or something.
Mm.
Not a single problem I've had with my plant since using it. I've been using it for maybe 6 months,
Yeah, okay.
and it's so much cheaper.
I guess the main difference is that orchid barks have been composted, where you could simply soak yours in a strong fertilizer.
But that's the thing. I don't think I need it.
Yeah,
Like
true.
I don't like. I've had absolutely not a single
no
issue.
issues.
Yeah.
And it's
Because I was using it in like cheaper plants.
Yeah.
I was like, just in case like something happens, but not a single issue since I've switched to pine bark.
True.
So
I will say in these larger 300 ml pots that I have out here, I have definitely used bags of landscaping bark. Because I just,
so much cheaper.
yeah, I need to mix bark through all my mixes.
Especially
and I'm
when you
not-
have as much plants as what we do. Like the potting mix that you go through sometimes is just, it's too expensive.
Yeah,
So yeah, like I'm just like cheaper alternatives for me is what it's all about.
yeah. So which way do we want to go next?
Let's do a lap around the house, yeah?
Yeah.
Which way do you want to go?
Let's
that
go
way?
this way. Yes.
We'll go this way and then we'll come back into the back door.
Yeah, easy.
Cute stuff in there.
Loving my gardens here. They have completely overgrown themselves. Just to the point where if you have a look in here, there's like alocasia cucullatas and stuff that are just, they're hidden. You can't.
I still can't see them and I'm looking at it. Oh, right here. I was like, where?
And like there's all things through here. I think it's died now.
Coleus. This is really nice.
Ones. But yes, I love the Fiji fire plants.
Trying to get a good shot of it without the sun.
Very underrated plant in our area. Not
Yeah.
many people grow them anymore.
I never, ever, ever see them.
And I just think they grow so nice. Like I probably cut this guy back in December, so 3-4 months ago to about that high.
That's crazy.
And that's just that last 3 to 4 months growth.
I have a feeling we're going to need to power through this, unfortunately, because I
Yes.
forgot to bring the spare battery.
Okay, let's go. So,
Speed run it.
one thing I do want to point out though is this frangipani. I'm very excited about this. I always wanted a purple frangipani flower. And I had a chat to my mum one day, probably about 3 months ago, and I said to her that I really wanted a black purple frangipani. To my surprise, the next day she turned up on my doorstep with a black purple frangipani.
That's amazing.
So
It's massive.
Don't even know how she finds these people, but that has made me so happy.
I even charged this spare battery, and now I'm bummed because it's still on charge.
Now, I'm finally dabbling in vegetables. So trying to go through, I'm growing some cos lettuce, some broccolini and some French shallots. I have never really had success with veggies, but got to grow everything. as
Got to try it, yeah.
horticulturalists.
I started out growing vegetables. That's my origin story.
Yeah, okay.
And I hated it. I couldn't get them to do what they're meant to do.
couldn't get the veggies.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh my gosh.
now, to something you were saying earlier,
we're going to see everything in here.
variegated hibiscus.
Ah,
I do have one.
you do have one. That's so pretty.
Yeah, I love it. I think that foliage just stands out.
Look at that. That's wild.
Again, somewhat modelled.
Yeah, somewhat modelled.
In these, there's just a lot of propagations. That was meant to be a beautiful Sarian, but
It's just a Sarian, yeah.
it's variegated on the back. Patty. So I love Patriciae,
It is very nice.
but again, that was been a torture to grow, but it's finally getting there. So, but yeah, this.
Oh no.
Did it?
Burnt.
Yes. It goes in waves. Sometimes it loves life, and then summer really fried it.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping over winter it actually tends to grow better,
Yeah, right.
which I find very weird.
That is weird. Little baby varicosum hiding down there.
Oh, yeah, it was actually growing up a pole, and then I hated it, so I threw the pole down the side, and I have not cared for that in months.
That's
I don't know
fair.
how it's still alive.
I'm so over strings.
Yes, they are just they're messy.
Yep.
So this is where I used to have a lot of glorious. I don't know if you remember. I used to have 3 poles.
I do,
That
yeah.
were our height of
Yep.
all the way to the top, and I just one day snapped, and I cut 2 of them up completely.
I actually feel like I remember you doing that, yeah.
I actually threw half the plants in the bin. I still am a bit shocked to this day that I did it, but I don't regret it. Like, I still have half a shelf of glorious.
Yeah. But also, you don't really sell plants that much anymore.
No, so it's kind of redundant. Like,
Yeah.
I find myself just shoving. Like, I think there's about 8 different types of arrowage.
This is the caladium I have that came back. Mooney, is it?
I call it my white one. I think I brought it as.
I think it's called Mooney. The one that I have is called Mooney. Whether it's the exact same or not is a different story.
They're all so similar. I think I brought that as white lace. I've started again doing propagations for next year. I don't know if I need them, but that's how I do it. I got my nice little punnets. I'll pot them up, and then these will actually stay in these punnets for the next 4 or 5 months. Grow them out, and then generally put them through the greenhouses, like through the garden, and grow them on.
May as well.
So there I'm trying to be all scientific and hybridize some devil's ivies, trying to get the variegation. Like, so that's a neon that has the variegation through it, but it's not succeeding like I wanted. I was hoping to get tricolours.
That'd be really cool. What's this?
That is a peperomia scandens. The reason I like it is normally they've got variegation that is white on the outside, green in the middle.
Yeah.
And because that's
Like the Mandula vibes.
Yeah, and because that's I've just never seen a splashed one before, so I've just
Yeah,
been kind of
it's
cultivating that. In here, one of my favourite plants that I cut up, and I can't believe I did it, but golden touch, the philodendron. So
Still don't think I have that one.
I would say it would have to be one of my rarest plants. I have not seen it sold.
Do you have a wish list?
Not really. I know I really, really want a Monstera mint, but I'm done paying that kind of price for plants
Me
at the
too.
moment.
Mostly.
So
Having just bought a $155 plant.
the things we do.
The things we do.
Biggest philodendron leaf I've ever had.
It's very nice.
I love it. Didn't think a Dean McDowell would work in the garden in our climate, but it's going strong.
Here we are.
So, and this is that greenhouse I mentioned where I normally put all my deciduous pots, and they're just the caladiums that didn't come back this year. So
Maybe next year.
maybe I'll keep trying. So in 3 months, that will just be a pile of empty pots. Again, more just random. What is that now?
Is that very good?
Bed.
Or is it burnt?
No, well, that's the pendulum. Pendulum.
Oh, yep.
It is the one that the Florida was made off.
Oh, okay.
It naturally does sometimes these leaves where it does this kind of. That's why I love it so much. It does like a variegation through the middle.
It's very nice.
Not every leaf does it. This one tried to, and I got all excited, and then that was my first one to ever actually do it. So,
I bet.
more tetraspermas. Betty Waterford.
Big ears. 69686.
69686. It'll always be that.
I love saying 69686.
But yeah, so
Do you get many frogs with your bromeliads?
no. I
that's a
think the
shame.
cats would eat them.
Oh,
So
can't have that.
better that they're not here. I love
Is that, hold on, is that naturally that colour? Or
Yes.
is, yeah, right.
Yeah,
It's so vibrant.
so beautifully. Like, so it was bright yellow. And
Yeah.
now that this leaf has gone over, they're going more to a lime.
I like it, yeah.
I think it's beautiful.
It's very nice.
How about Cow's favourite plant in my whole block of land? Bluegrass. Yeah. I have all of this.
It's so nice.
That's what my partner likes. The
Beautiful.
bluegrass.
So grassy.
So grassy. I was blessed that when I moved in, there was these giant wooden frames that just had no purpose.
Yeah, why are they here?
I believe they used to be a screening for
Right.
neighbours, but
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm now just growing all these aroids up it, and I just think these are going to be so pretty when they grow up.
How long have you been living here for?
8 years now. That has been a quick 8 years.
That's wild.
Yes. One of my biggest loves, Cantherias.
It's very pretty.
I don't think you can beat them. They are a deciduous ground-ish ground cover. Normally they're nice and low like this one.
Also, yeah, you don't really see them for sale that often either.
No, that's the thing. They've started coming out over the last year, but I actually got all of these off a little old man in Brisbane, I think. I used to do once a year. He'd send me a package. I'd just pay for it. It'd
I
be
love that.
begonias and Cantherias.
That's really cool.
So, Mickey Mouse, I love that plant.
I love it too, but it just won't grow for me.
That's what I was looking for in that back garden when I was getting through all
Right,
the...
yeah.
I had them in there, but I think they've rotted away. This is the tire that I've got ready to go in the front garden, if it lasts. I guess my fear is that it's going to literally go in there and then one night it'll be taken by someone, but
Yeah.
you've got to live a little.
Probably don't get many people around here though, do you?
Surprisingly, we do.
Oh.
Yes. Love my gingers. I
Good
think-
thing you have all of those cameras up that people can't see, right?
Exactly.
Don't steal.
Yes, because that's why
You'll get
I have to
caught.
do things like this.
Yeah.
So I have to hide plants. So then I have this nice ginger where then you find the Monstera albo hiding in the believe it. So,
But like, even with all the cameras up, it's not going to stop people from stealing.
no.
But
that's it.
they will get caught, bitches.
Don't do it or I'll hunt you down.
Yeah. What you gonna do when they come for you?
Another little baddick hiding in the back there.
I killed mine.
Do you not have one?
No, I think I got another one. I can't remember.
If not, I'll make you one.
I'll need to send you a photo of my greenhouse and how overgrown it is. I can't get in there. I have to go sideways and suck in.
That's my pink
Dragon.
dragon. That's the word.
Big.
Grown so much better outside.
Yeah. What's your favourite plant that you own? Have we gone past it already?
Potentially. One of my favourite plants, which is a bummer that it's not in flower, is this here. Even though it's not an aroid, I know, sorry guys. Crepe myrtle.
Crepe myrtle.
Bright red flowers.
That takes me back to the TAFE days.
On black foliage. I just don't think you can beat it. And I also love my variegated
Yeah.
elephant ears.
Yeah.
That's why you'll see
Still
them
so pretty.
all through the block of land. I can't get enough of them.
That's really nice too.
Oh yeah, the coleus. And how about this? How about this, the frangipani? This is a double, so it does a flower within a flower.
That's
Look
really
at the
cool.
size of those leaves.
That's huge.
They are huge. So, variegated orange, Prince of Orange.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's amazing. That's so pretty.
I absolutely love that. And then when they come out really yellow, that's when I love them.
God.
So, but
I
then they
need to
just
get
fade to a
one.
bit boring. This is just my good old lime zinger.
size comparison. That's insane. Matt's actually 7 foot.
If only. 4 foot pushing 5. Nice things in the front garden here, like Hoffmanii. I just think the feel of that plant is so stunning.
I want to feel it. Yeah, nice. It's got like that matte finish. Matte finish, yeah.
Hey, me. So, quickly have a look over here. This is garden. It's been destroyed in the wind and the storm the other day, but a lot of pretty things in here.
Persian shield. Very nice.
Where did I get that?
From me, did you?
Yes.
I don't even remember. Oh yeah, because we're going to do a trade and I never got mine.
Yes, because I kept killing it. I still haven't mastered that plant yet.
I remember when you stuck all of these in that little thing here and they were just like little tiny cuttings.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And now they're just... But that's beautiful. Well, I'll quickly show you up on the porch up here.
Yep. Battery's almost flat. Worst case scenario, I can just switch to my phone probably. I've never filmed on my phone, but we'll see what happens.
We'll see how it goes, at least maybe for indoors. But
so many Ripsalis.
yes, these are my Ripsalis, Hoyas, and tassel ferns. I have a recent love for tassel ferns. I just find them so funky. They are one of the oldest plants that you can buy in a nursery. This one here particularly was found fossils from it from 400 million years ago in Victoria.
That's insane.
So we all tend to, in Australia, be excited over Wallamai pines, where these are twice as old as Wallamai pines.
We'll come back to what you're saying, but this is insane. Like the Monstera, like I can't even get my hand around that.
So, yes, this is my happy zone where you'll find me on this seat having a drink every single night.
Oh, your fairy lights up here too. That'd be really pretty.
Yes. It's a nice moment out here. Fairy lights and mosquitoes. What more could you want?
Not the mosquitoes.
But let's go have a look inside.
Let's go have a look inside.
I like that though. The variegated giganteum. Just to see how it goes.
Yeah. All right, power through to the house.
And it's a shame that it's not really showing it at the moment, but that was a modelled bougainvillea. Certain times of the year they come out almost white.
You can't even see it. I'm standing in the shadow. In the sun.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's normally in spring they come out almost white, those leaves.
This reminds me of Sia, the singer.
Yeah, true. I always call it my Lorax plant.
Yeah, I see that.
And now we're indoors, so...
Quick question,
Yes.
because we've got a couple more I need to ask you. What's a plant that you've bought that's still alive that you actually hate now? Give me a list.
Philodendron esmeraldens.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're so blacked out from the light behind you.
Hate it. Absolutely hate that plant. Another one I'm not loving at the moment is the variegated lineata. I find it just wants to go fully variegated too quickly.
The white on the, like, that looks really cool.
And don't get me wrong, it is pretty. It's just not what I want. I want green and white. I don't want a mottled
Like
minty
this.
colour.
This is so nice.
Yes.
How it's not brown is beyond me.
And how one side just always is white and doesn't brown off.
This is what people wanted when they bought this plant. You've got it. What's this one?
That there, it's Anthurium, starts with a W.
Oh, okay.
When
Is that the one that gets the curly flowers? When
yes.
Yeah.
I wanted to say Wedlandii, like the Syngonium,
Yeah.
which is down there, but very similar name. Yes. So I'm very excited for it to grow.
Is it the one that gets the curly flowers?
I feel like it is.
Yeah.
I really feel like it is. I've got the king up here, Vitchii, Hayei that I got from you.
Yeah.
So they've been growing it around.
Mine's growing across the greenhouse roof.
Well, I want to put that on the side of the house.
Do it.
And grow it up the wall of
That'd
the
be
house.
so easy.
My partner will love me for it. And there's something about this Dracaena that just I love. I find that patterning so
very
striking.
nice. Did I ask you already what your favorite, what your rarest plant is in your collection right now? I think I did, didn't I? Didn't I? When
See, I don't really know though. I think potentially it might be my Lasius spinosa.
Yeah, the
Solely
one that I
because-
hadn't heard of.
Yeah, because I've never seen anyone else have it
There's
or
your
sell
griffin.
it. Yes, there's my griffin.
It's so pretty when it's pretty. Gryphon.
Oh my god, I'm horrible with names sometimes. I love my Mandula because... Oh, here it is here. It's done a Siamese leaf. I love
Oh,
Siamese
yeah,
leaves.
they're fun, hey.
So,
My favourite thing is when you pronounce this plant.
aglonema.
Yeah. That's
They
right.
are. I love
so
them.
good.
Aglonemas are my fave.
Dubia, big one.
Yeah, there's my dubia begging for a pole extension, but when I can be bothered.
What's
Life
your,
gets in the way.
favourite genus of plants?
That's the thing is it changes
I can't get over this.
every second week. It changes, but I would say my favorite genus would have to be aglonemas, which are your Chinese evergreen. I think they're a very slept-on plant because they are one of the easiest to grow and the best low-light handling plants. Fun.
Good answer.
Yeah, Chinese evergreens. I love
To the
them.
kitchen.
Aglonema. I have them everywhere.
If people haven't heard that word before, I call them aglionema.
I wonder if the light's a bit better in. Oh, that does
Maybe.
not much. Aglonema. So yeah, they are one thing that I tried to collect, kind of all the ones I could.
Tell me.
Colossum.
Colossum.
Yeah,
Oh, yep.
and that's where I'm trying to propagate the pink galaxy. I know a lot of people are haters and will say that pink princesses are pink princesses.
Mm-hmm.
They are different.
Mm-hmm.
The actual green is variegated. And if you get really close and have a look, a normal pink princess is solid green, where the galaxies have lighter green and darker green bits through them.
It's so hard to see it on camera, but I see what you're saying.
So they are different. They are different levels of variegation.
You need to talk about your Thai constellation,
Oh.
Rhaphidophora.
I'm so excited about this. I'm pulling him out.
Yeah, go on, pull it out.
This is my latest purchase. Mini Monstera, but it's the flex that just got me.
Yeah.
I am obsessed. It reminded me of a Thai. I've never seen anything like it. This new one here is throwing out much more variegation, and I can see in there all that white, so I'm very excited for this.
It's very nice.
That's something I'm excited
I
about
killed mine.
thinking about this.
Yeah, I killed mine.
So, where I did have other variegated mini monsteras, but like the Laniata, they've all gone fully variegated.
Yeah.
So, and they just have that spider webby kind of look to them. I don't like it.
I mean, it's not awful. It's what they would sell as like a mint or something. I would say.
Yes, and I think that's what annoys me is people that sell this as a mini monstera mint when it is not.
Yeah.
It is just a fully variegated that is throwing some green to try and survive.
You don't see this for sale very often. That train outside is insane.
So, yes.
Battery's about to die, so we'll need to switch to mobile, I think, in a second.
Yes, but that's the other part of that Monstera.
Oh, yeah.
The most expensive one I'd brought.
That's insane.
That's what's left of it. More aglonema's hiding down through here.
Wild.
Yeah. So lots of different plants and a very stressed man trying to care for them all the time.
This is pretty much it, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, we might get it finished.
Yeah. So I guess that is most of the tour.
My last question is: what advice would you give someone that's just starting to collect plants now?
Potting mix.
Yes.
If
good
you are
one.
buying potting mix, do not buy the one that's under $10.
Yeah.
I was very stingy when I started, and the plants grew, but they didn't thrive.
Yeah.
If you go for a premium potting mix instead of a standard, you will be surprised how much happier you will be when your plants are happy and thriving.
Great advice.
I can't stress that enough to people. The cheaper stuff, your plants will grow. Will they thrive? Meh. And why do you collect plants? You don't collect them so they stay looking the same. You want them to grow. You want them to thrive and bigger, better leaves. So
very true.
yeah, buy
Good advice.
quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we could probably wrap it up now that we've finished.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming and visiting.
Thanks for inviting me over.
It was nice walking around and just appreciating what I have.
Just got home from Matt's. What a fantastic journey that was, honestly. He's got so many fun plants that you just don't see every day. So, yeah, kind of cool that he let us have a tour through that. Really unfortunate that the battery died right at the end there. I knew it would. It was flashing on the screen, and I was so disappointed in myself for not bringing the spare one. I had it charged and everything. I just left it in the charger. But we come up with the idea that, like, maybe I'll go back in a few weeks or so, and I've told him to make a list because he's got like a heap of plants that like have some fun little sport variegation and stuff on them. So I think it'd be fun to just do a video purely on all of his like unusual sort of plants that he's got, because yeah, he's got quite a few plants. And I told him to make a list, and after the battery died, he was like, oh, I really wanted to talk about I really wanted to talk about this one, and I really want to talk about that and show this, blah blah blah. I'm just like, well, I'm just gonna have to come back. It's as simple as that. Also, I left with this plant, so he doesn't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I swear, I feel like that scared me a little bit. I feel like it's got Dean McDowell in it, and maybe it's a hybrid of Dean McDowell and Pastor Zanum. But have a look and you tell me what you think. This is one of the newer leaves. What do you reckon? We just don't know. So if anyone can ID this, that'd be fantastic. It does have some lightening in the leaves. But like, yeah, it's a crawler, so maybe that will help to identify it. I'm not sure. But yeah, we don't know. Well, anyway, I'm going to go get some food. I'm starving. But if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Like, all that stuff, share it around, comment, subscribe, all of the things. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.